Welcome to episode 565 of the daily podcast, AI Brief. And today we are unpacking Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella's rather urgent warning about the hidden costs of AI for enterprises. We are also going to cover some massive scientific breakthroughs, stretching from space exploration all the way to the ocean floor.
It is a huge spectrum.
Oh, absolutely. And then we'll round it out with some of the latest trending AI productivity tools you can actually use right now.
Looking at all these stories together, there's this undeniable common theme of just, well, rapid shifts. Whether we are talking about literal tectonic plates shifting beneath the ocean or the shifting balance of power in the tech industry, everything is just moving so fast.
So fast. And that actually brings us perfectly to our first major update today. So, Satya Nadella recently introduced this concept that he calls the reverse information paradox in the AI age.
It is such a fascinating way to frame the current landscape.
It really is. But to understand it, I think we need to look back at the original paradox, the one from Kenneth Arrow.
Oh, sure, the classic economic theory.
Right. So the original idea is that if you want to sell me some piece of really valuable knowledge, I obviously can't know what that knowledge is worth until you show it to me. But
the second you reveal it, the buyer already has it.
precisely. I have the info, so why would I pay you for it now? It is this massive catch-22. But Nadella points out that in the era of artificial intelligence, this whole dynamic is just flipped completely upside down.
Reverse paradox.
Exactly. Because buying AI isn't just handing over money. You are actually paying by revealing your own unique proprietary knowledge just to make the model function well. I mean, think of it like this. Imagine you pay an absolute fortune for a world-class chef to come cook for your family.
So it's pretty nice, honestly.
Well, sure, until they walk into your kitchen and say they will only cook the meal if you hand over your grandmother's closely guarded secret family recipes. So they cook, you eat, the meal is gone. But that chef walks out the door holding your family secrets forever.
And they're definitely going to use those secrets to make their own menu better.
100%. And that is what Nadella says enterprises are doing when they deploy these massive AI models.
Because of the AI exhaust.
Yes, the exhaust. It is such a critical concept. Every time your employees write a highly specific prompt or correct the AI when it messes up or build a custom workflow, all of that logic is exhaust.
Which is so different from the cloud era.
Yeah.
Back then, companies were just accumulating static data in these huge servers. But in the AI era, companies are accumulating learning. And that learning is incredibly valuable. It needs strict trust boundaries.
It does, because right now, that exhaust flows one way. It goes straight to the model providers. The seller learns everything about your internal business logic, and you, the buyer, gain almost zero insight into the model itself.
It is a massive information asymmetry.
It is. So Nadella recommends a few things to fix this. Mainly, enterprises need to own their private evaluations. They need to retain their own memory traces and basically build proprietary learning environments.
Decoupling the orchestration.
Exactly that. You decouple your workflows from any single model. You use the AI as a reasoning engine, but you don't surrender your core intelligence to the vendor. You keep the recipe.
It is a major wake-up call for anyone running a business right now.
Truly. So while these tech giants are battling over digital data sovereignty, we are also seeing some monumental physical shifts in the real world. Let's pivot to everything else happening in AI and science today, because humanity's physical footprint is expanding in ways that are just mind-bending. I'll let you lead us through this broader landscape.
I would love to, because the sheer scale of these updates is staggering. Let's start with space. China just achieved a completely historic milestone. They successfully recovered a Long March 10B rocket booster for the very first time.
Which is hard enough, but doing it on a floating platform at sea.
Just 6 minutes after separation. They landed it vertically. And the scale here is what really matters. This rocket carries 16 metric tons to low Earth orbit.
Oh, wow. So that puts them squarely in the same league as SpaceX.
Exactly. It rivals the Falcon 9, which, as we know, launches like 150 times a year. This is a massive leap forward for global, hyper-frequent space launches.
It is just wild to think about a multi-ton cylinder landing on a bobbing ship.
It really is. But let's actually look even further out into the cosmos. There is some new astrophysics research from KU Leuven regarding our sun, and it completely challenges what we thought we knew about the end of the world.
Wait, I always thought that when the sun enters its red giant phase, it just expands and completely incinerates the Earth. End of story.
That has been the consensus for a long time. But these new models suggest Earth might actually survive. It all comes down to mass shedding. As the sun expands, it violently sheds a ton of its own mass through stellar winds.
So it gets bigger but lighter.
Precisely. And less mass means a weaker gravitational grip. Previously, scientists thought the tidal forces would drag Earth inward to its doom. But the updated map shows those tidal forces are significantly weaker than we calculated.
Meaning we could just drift away.
Yes, Earth might actually drift outward, staying just ahead of the sun's expanding surface. We definitely need more observation to confirm this, but it completely rewrites our cosmic timeline.
That is deeply comforting, honestly.
Right. But bringing it back down to Earth, literally, we also have an incredible discovery from the ocean floor. For the very first time, scientists captured the creation of a brand new seafloor live.
Live. I thought tectonic plates moved at, like, the speed of fingernail growth.
Usually they do. But in 2024, a huge earthquake swarm in the Indian Ocean caused plates to just snap apart. It added over 3 feet of new seafloor in a single event.
3 feet all at once is terrifying. How did we even catch that on camera or sensor?
Pure serendipity. Instruments had been dropped in that exact remote region just 2 months prior. It is giving us unprecedented data on how the Earth recycles its crust.
The ultimate right place at the right time.
Completely. And finally, connecting this back to AI and human biology, we have the story of Edward Kang. He is a 17-year-old who built an AI tool called RetinaMind.
A 17-year-old doing medical AI.
Yes. The tool uses retinal scans to distinguish between autism, ADHD, and neurotypical patients, and has an 89% accuracy rate.
That is just incredible. But how does looking at the eye tell an AI about a neurodivergent brain condition?
It actually makes a lot of sense biologically. During embryonic development, the retina forms from the exact same tissue as the brain. The project is literally mapping retinal microregions and exploring how they link back to known genetic markers. It could help kids get much faster, completely non-invasive diagnoses.
Which means earlier support and intervention. It perfectly illustrates how AI is democratizing these massive medical breakthroughs. A teenager with the right data set is doing what used to require a billion-dollar research lab.
It really is inspiring.
It truly is, and that actually transitions us perfectly into our final segment today. We are looking at today's trending AI tools, and I want to highlight exactly how these can help you build your own projects or protect your enterprise.
Let's get into it.
So first up on the list from our sources is AnySearch. This provides real-time structured search for agents and developers.
Structured search is so critical for avoiding hallucinations.
100%. If you are building a custom AI agent, you need it to fetch up-to-the-minute web data instantly. Doing that manually requires complex coding that breaks whenever a website updates. AnySearch handles all of that seamlessly.
That's super practical.
What is next?
Next is Auriko. This is essentially a trading desk for your LLM calls.
A trading desk, like for stocks.
Kind of, but for API usage. Think of it as a financial manager for your AI. It actively routes your prompts to the most cost-effective model available in real time. So it balances cost and performance on the fly to save you money without you having to manually switch between models.
Oh, I see. That is brilliant for scaling up. Definitely. Third is ChatCut. This is an AI video editor that works across ChatGPT, desktop, and web.
Video editing usually has such a steep learning curve.
Exactly. Timeline software is a nightmare for a lot of people. ChatCut lets creators just trim and edit marketing videos using a simple chat interface. You just tell the AI what to cut, and it does it.
Removing all that friction.
Yep. Fourth is Sim, which is an open-source workspace specifically for AI agents and workflows.
So this would be for the project managers.
Yes, it gives you a unified dashboard to oversee a whole team of specialized AI agents working on different parts of a project. And then fifth is Timbal AI, which lets you build those AI agents, workflows, and apps all in one single stack.
That is huge for solo developers.
It really is. You don't have to stitch together 5 different subscriptions to launch an app anymore. And finally, we have Badge. This deploys AI agents to collect peer reviews and generate proof of work.
Oh, anything to automate the dreaded performance review process.
I know, right? No more scrambling in December to remember what your coworker did in March. The agents passively collect and organize that feedback year-round.
You know, looking at Sim and Timbal AI specifically, those are actually the exact practical solutions for that reverse information paradox we talked about earlier.
Because you control the environment.
Exactly. They allow developers to maintain their own private orchestration and learning environments. You aren't leaking your exhaust to a vendor.
You are keeping the family recipes safe. Well, as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a thought tied back to that incredible 17-year-old's retinamine project.
The eye scans.
Yeah. If a teenager can use AI to spot neurodivergence just by analyzing the back of the human eye, a connection that was essentially hiding in plain sight, it begs a pretty massive question. What other deeply hidden human traits or biological markers are sitting right in front of us, just waiting for the right AI model to finally look at them?
It makes you wonder what we will discover next year, or even next month.
It really does. There is so much data we just haven't learned how to read yet.
Thank you all so much for tuning in to today's deep dive.
Absolutely. Please be sure to follow and share the podcast with anyone who wants to stay ahead in the world of AI and science. Keep exploring, and I will see you in the next episode.